Hello campers, this is the Suburban Camper and this is a video to help you identify, locate, and purchase a used Chevrolet Suburban to meet your needs. This video focuses on the 9th generation Suburban, which was produced from the 2000 to 2006 model years. The first step is to prepare yourself to navigate the used car market. I've bought and sold many used cars over the years and I've learned a lot of lessons. I capture what I've learned in my used car buying guide at my website, suburbancamping.com. Please review this information before you start searching for your Suburban. So let's talk specifics on the Suburban. First, the trim levels, which are LT and LS. LT is the higher end package, which is what my Suburban has, and I really enjoy the extras that come with it, such as leather, heated seats, and sunroof. The fact is, for a vehicle in this age range, these extras won't cost much more, and therefore I highly recommend going with an LT model. Next is the 1500 versus 2500 series. I've been very tempted with trading up to a 2500 because I love powerful engines, but the fact is I really don't need the bigger engine or a beefed up suspension. The 5.3 liter engine in the 1500 provides plenty of power and hauling capacity. And let's face it, the gas mileage is already pretty bad enough, so the 2500 is only going to make it worse. What about two-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive? You may not use four-wheel drive a lot, but you know if you need it and don't have it, you will regret not going with four-wheel drive. I've used mine quite a bit, so I highly recommend it. Also, please note if you expand your search to include the GMC Yukon XL, the Denali package features all-wheel drive and does not have the push-button four-wheel drive option. It is a bit rare, but there was a Z71 option for the 9th generation Suburban. This is an off-road package with a few more options such as an extra skid plate along with beefed up suspension. I would classify this package as nice to have, but not something you need to seek out unless you'll be doing a lot of serious off-road driving. That covers off on the Suburban options, so now I will dive into some general guidelines for buying a Suburban. During your search, you will come across customized Suburbans. These customizations typically fall into two categories: add-ons, such as cargo racks, brush bars, and lights, and mechanical, such as engine modifications, exhaust, wheels, tires, and suspension. The rule I have always followed when buying a used vehicle is to buy something as close to stock as possible. The reason is this is how the manufacturer designed the vehicle to perform safely and efficiently. And if it's stock, there'll be plenty of resources to get repairs done at a reasonable price. However, I'm not saying customizations can't improve a vehicle. I'm just pointing out when it comes to add-on customizations, you need to decide whether the add-on meets your needs and is therefore worth the extra money the seller is likely asking for it, and whether it has been installed properly and it's working. And regarding mechanical customizations, I highly recommend you get the work checked out before you buy the Suburban. An important step to making your search easier is to narrow your search by establishing your budget and then deciding how far you're willing to drive to purchase a Suburban. Then, always stick to those parameters when searching. I also recommend sticking to no more than 3 sources when searching, otherwise it just becomes exhausting trying to stay on top of all the listings. As you search, you also need to do your research. Even though you are focused on the 9th generation, there are differences in model years, so once you identify a specific Suburban, focus your research on that model year. On the Suburban Buying Guide page at suburbancamping.com, I have a list of websites you can use for research. Also, be sure to review my common repairs page so you know what to be on the lookout for during your search. When you are searching and checking out a Suburban, you should follow your first impression. The 9th generation Suburban will be 15 to 21 years old, so don't expect like new condition. But if your first impression is the Suburban has not been well maintained, you should keep looking or walk away. When you find a Suburban and want to go check it out, I recommend you thoroughly inspect it before you take it for a test drive. You can utilize my Suburban inspection checklist available for free at suburbancamping.com to assist you with this process. As you inspect, politely review the issues with the seller to try and gain consensus and determine if they have factored the issue into the price. If there is significant pushback, then the seller is probably not willing to negotiate, and it's probably a waste of your time to take a test drive. And finally, if you get to the test drive stage, then when you are behind the wheel, you should feel like you are the king of the road. The ride should be quiet and smooth, and you should feel a strong sense of control regarding cornering and stopping, and the steering should be easy. Keep in mind it requires a lot of pedal to access the power. I hope this video will help you identify, locate, and purchase a Suburban to meet your needs, preferably a stock LT model with one owner, low mileage, and a solid maintenance history. If you learned something from this video, please subscribe. And once you buy a Suburban and perhaps decide to use it as a camper, you can learn how to do that at suburbancamping.com. Thank you very much.